This video details how to homebrew the Nintendo Wii Mini, which for the longest time has been unable to be homebrewed because it doesn't have any way to connect to the internet. However, using the Blue Bomb exploit from Fullmetal 5, you can homebrew your Wii Mini over Bluetooth, which every Wii console has Bluetooth capabilities because that's how the Wii remotes connect to it. So yes, you can use this method on any Wii console, but as of right now, it's the only exploit that works with the Wii Mini. So let's get started. You're going to need a couple of things to make this all work. Number one is obviously a Wii Mini, or a regular Wii like I'm using. Next is a USB drive formatted to the FAT32 file system, and a computer running Linux. This won't work on a Windows or macOS machine, and no, you can't use the Windows subsystem for Linux. However, if you have a Chromebook and have enabled the ability to run Linux applications, you can follow along with this guide as well. If you haven't done this yet, I'll have a link to an official Google support article in the description showing you how to do this. It's pretty straightforward. If you don't have a Linux machine, you'll need to get a DVD or another USB drive, download a Linux distro, and either burn the ISO image to that DVD or use a tool like Rufus to make a bootable USB drive. If you don't know how to do this, I'll have another video tutorial linked in the card at the top right of your screen, so check out that video and then come back to this one. You can try using a virtual machine, but I had better results booting off of a USB drive. This machine will also need to have a Bluetooth adapter. If you don't have one, I'll leave a link down below to one you can buy off of Amazon that will work with Linux. Now, this first part of the process does not have to be done on a Linux machine. It will work just fine on Windows or macOS. Head on over to bootme.org/download, it's also linked in the description, and download the HackMe installer. Open up the archive and extract the boot.elf file onto your USB drive. Again, make sure this drive is formatted to the FAT32 file system. Once it's done copying, you'll want to plug this USB drive into the Wii Mini's single USB port located on the back. If you're homebrewing a regular Wii like I am, plug it into the bottom USB port, or if you have it standing up, the one on the right side. Alright, this next part is where you'll need to be running Linux. You'll want to make sure that the computer is connected to the internet and that your Bluetooth adapter is being recognized by the operating system. Next, open up Terminal. We have to download some files, so use the cd command to change to a different directory if you want these files stored in another location. I'm going to use my desktop. Once you're there, type in this wget command. All these commands will be in the description as well. This will download an sh file. Once it finishes downloading, run this chmod command to make the file executable. Then run this command to execute the program. It's important to note that if you're booted off of a USB drive, all of the changes you make are temporary, so if you restart your system, you'll have to do all of these steps again. When the script runs, you'll want to do as it says and select what console you're using. In my case, I'm going to select option 1 for the regular Wii. Next, it will ask you what system menu version you're running. You can find this by going into the Wii settings menu where it will be displayed at the top right. If you're using a Wii Mini, you just have to select what region that your console is, as every Wii Mini was shipped with the latest system menu version. Once you do that, the program will give you a summary of what options you selected and ask you to confirm, so press Y and then enter. It will then begin running the script. Ideally, the next thing you should see is some text output where the last line says waiting to accept, but it can take a couple of tries to get here. So if you get a failed to power on device error, just try to run the script again. It took me 3 tries for it to work. If you've tried multiple times and can't get to this point, then you'll have to check to see if your Bluetooth adapter is working properly. At this point, we can switch over to the Wii. With the USB drive plugged in, press the power button on the console. You don't want to connect any Wii remotes yet. Next, find the red button used to sync Wii remotes to the console. For the Wii Mini, it's located on the side, and on the Wii, it's behind the small door on the front. Make sure your console is in close proximity to your computer. While watching the terminal window, begin pressing the red button on the console repeatedly. It can take multiple times, but once the terminal outputs "got connection handle," you're good. At this point, the program will send the payload to the console over Bluetooth. When this finishes, you'll see a credit screen, and then the HackMe installer will load up. You can now safely connect a Wii remote to the console. When the option to press 1 appears, do so. Then press A and use your D-pad to move up to Install the Homebrew Channel. Once you've done that, you can press Exit and the installer will quit and bring you to the Homebrew channel. And that's it. Congratulations, you have just successfully homebrewed your Wii Mini or original Wii console. Now, your Homebrew channel will not look like mine because I have some apps installed. If you're looking to back up your games to a USB drive, the Homebrew channel is just part of the process. I'll have a pinned comment down below with links to some of the other Homebrew related tutorial videos that I've done, so check those out if you're interested. But that's all I've got for this video. If this helped you out, be sure to give it a like and get subscribed for more videos like this in the future. And as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.